What's up, guys? I'm Youngster Skaymore, and I'm back with another Pokemon Sun and Moon news video. Now, let me quickly address the quality of this video. So last week I was at camp, and I went straight down to the beach house, so I don't have my microphone with me. So as a result, the quality of this video might not be that great, like me talking. But I'll get my microphone back Wednesday, so everything should be fine within a few days. Also, I made a couple pre-recorded videos in which the quality should be fine in those as well. So I'm just sorry that this video, the quality is not going to be that great. Yesterday I made a news video regarding leaks. I don't know if you watched that, but in that video I recorded it with my computer mic, like the mic that came from my computer, and the quality of that video was not very good. So now I'm trying to record this with my phone. Quality's still not going to be perfect. I'm sorry, but hopefully it's good enough that I can still get this news to you guys and that you can still enjoy the video. So, anyway, let's get into this trailer. It is finally August 1st, so we got a brand new trailer. And as you can see, this thing is more than 5 minutes long. We got a lot of new stuff today, and it also confirmed a lot of the leaks. So I'm not going to be talking about the leaks in this video, but I'll be making a video in the next few days, probably like either later today or tomorrow or something like that, where I will talk about the leaks and how this proves, what leaks this pretty much proves. But I have covered some leaks in the past, so if you want to check that out, you can. But for those of you who don't want to see leaks, I'm not going to be talking about them in this video, but I will be very soon. Anyway, let's get right into this trailer and see what we got here. Certain Pokemon are thriving in Alola. What does that mean? Well, let's see. We got some new Pokemon there that we can see, but we already know this. Exeggutor. Isn't there already Exeggutor? Look at this thing! There are new Alola forms of Pokemon. That's incredible. Let me just make sure I'm recording. Sometimes oops, let me do that. Sometimes I just like, what? Okay, let's make sure I'm recording. Okay, let me go back in the video. Now I'm going to resume the video. Sorry about that, I actually wasn't... Wait, let me just... Okay. Sorry about that, I actually wasn't recording the video, so I had to re-record some stuff. But anyway, let's go right back into it. So yeah, there's these new things called Alola forms of Pokemon, which is like basically just a bunch of random Pokemon, but they're actually all Generation 1 Pokemon, at least so far, are getting new forms that are just very different designs and are different types. And I think this is, I love it. Like, so there you can just have, like, but it's only, now you can only catch, this is the only Exeggutor that you can catch in Alola. If you want to get the other kind of Exeggutor, you have to bring it back from a different Pokemon game, like in Pokemon Bank. And that actually makes a lot of sense because, like, animals have that, like, animals that live in, like, one area look like this, and then in another area they're, like, not the same, they're kind of different. So I really like that they're actually doing this. I think this is a really cool way. So, like, that's incredible. Like, there's going to be all these old Pokemon that are just a new type, and there's just so much new stuff to them. Kind of like Mega Evolutions, but it's going to be, I think, a lot better than Mega Evolutions, because I didn't even get to use most of the Mega Evolutions, because you can only use one Mega Evolution per team, which was one thing, and also, like, you couldn't even get most of them in the main game. You couldn't get them to, like, the post-game, and also, they were kind of broken. So I think this is a much better way to put new spins on old Pokemon. I really like it, although it's kind of interesting that we still haven't seen any Mega Evolutions, so who knows if they'll even be in this game. It's also kind of funny that that tree in the background looks a lot like this Exeggutor Alola form. But another thing that's weird, I don't know if you hear that scream in the background, I'm sorry, bad quality video. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? He won't stop. Sorry, my brother has friends over and I don't have a mic. So, anyway, I don't get how Exeggutor, I don't get why it's a dragon type. I think this is pretty strange that this thing is somehow a dragon, but whatever, it's fine. I like it. All of these, by the way, that we're going to see today are new types, which is really interesting. And Scott even has a face on his ass, which I feel kind of bad for that one face that got separated from all the others, but maybe he needs some space. I don't know. It's a very funny looking design, and it's kind of funny this is the first one that they showed, but whatever. And its attack, I guess that's Woodhammer or something, and it just attacked with its giant neck. And now we got Vulpix and Ninetales. They're going to have a new Alola form too. It is, the Vulpix and Ninetales Alola form is Ice, or Vulpix is Ice type, and Ninetales is Ice and Fairy? Like, what? These Pokemon were made 20 years ago, and now there's an Ice type version and an Ice and Fairy type version. I just want to look up really quickly what Snowcloak does, because I don't know. So let's just check that out really quickly. I think it has something to do with hail. Is the leading part in it? Okay, if a Pokemon with, let me do this. If a Pokemon with Snowcloak, where'd it go? If a Pokemon, oh my gosh. During hail, the evasion of a Pokemon with this ability is now increased by 25%. Okay. Oh, and also decreases the wild Pokemon counter. So yeah, So the evasion is increased by 25% if it's hail. Didn't mean to do that. Oh boy, I just skipped ahead a lot in the video. But I think that's actually banned in Smogon. But anyway, so yeah, this is a brand new Ninetales. This thing looks, I love this thing. This new Ninetales looks, oh my gosh, why are they running around? What are they doing? I'm sorry. This new Ninetales is so majestic. It's incredibly cool. Literally, it's cool because it's ice type, and I can't, people do back. I'm sorry, guys, that this video isn't the best quality, but it'll be back to normal soon. So just don't leave my channel, please. Please stay. This Vulpix has cool hair, and it looks kind of cool, but the Ninetales looks majestic. Like, look at this thing. And it looks like these Pokemon are going to have completely new learn sets, too, because obviously the last, like, Ninetales and Vulpix didn't really have any Fire-type moves. I think it would actually be cool if Ninetales was Fire Ghost or something like that. But anyway, like the original Ninetales, and this was Ice Berry. But then we got Sandshrew and Sandslash. They're turning into the Alola forms, which is Ice and Steel, which is really cool. It's not the greatest typing. It's 4 times weak to fighting and 4 times weak to fire, so that kind of sucks. But Ice and Steel, but still cool, and I really like Sandslash. And I really like this design too. It's very cool, literally, again, because these are both ice types. And by the way, Dibs, my nickname for Sandslash Alola form is Sandslice, because it's slice, it's like slash, but it's a different word, and ice. So Sandslice also. And this thing has Snow Cloak too, so I don't know why they're showing a bunch of different Pokemon with Snow Cloak for this. But, so yeah, and I don't know what move that is, but it's very cool. And then, oh my gosh, I love this. I'm assuming they'll be found in icy environments, because you can see that back there. So there are new forms of old Pokemon called Alola form. They're the only versions of these Pokemon you can catch in this game. If you want to get a regular Sandslash, you gotta transfer it from Pokemon Bank. So I think that's really cool. I really like it. It's gonna change the metagame a lot. It's gonna make the metagame a lot more varied and interesting. I'm in love with this. Pokemon Sun Moon's gonna be amazing. I just really hope it's not too easy. Oh my gosh. By the way, I've actually been playing, I'm doing a dual Grass and Fairy run in Pokemon X right now, or maybe Pokemon Y, I'm not sure. And I'm not using the XP share, and it's actually it's not that easy if you don't use the XP share, so maybe that was the only thing, but it was still kind of easy. Like, even later gyms had not a lot of Pokemon. But then we got this brand new Pokemon. It's a flying type called Oricorio. Oh, and by the way, the leak, one of the leaks actually mentioned those forms that we just got, and that same leak mentioned this. So that leak is pretty much confirmed. I'll cover that in a video very soon, but in case you don't want to cover the leaks, I'm not going to talk about it here. So Oricorio is this brand new Pokemon, and it's this flying type Pokemon, and it's a different type depending on which island you find it on. So you can either have Bale, I don't know how to say that style, which looks like a Matador and it's fire and flying. We got Pom Pom style, which is electric and flying. We got Pau style, which is psychic and flying, and it's like, that looks like a Pianta. And we got Sensu style, which is ghost and flying. This is an awesome Pokemon. I don't know if this is going to be a niche Pokemon that has a really cool thing, a really cool concept, but isn't going to evolve, so isn't going to be very good in battle. Or if each of these is going to evolve into its own variant, which I really hope, because I want to use this thing in battle, because this thing is incredibly cool. I love this Pokemon. This is one of my favorite Pokemon that have been revealed this generation. I think it's incredibly cool. It's kind of like, I don't even know, but it's kind of like Deerling, but like way better. It's kind of like Shellos, but way better. This is just really cool. Great concept, I think. So yeah, trying out which island. I love the red guy dancing. They all dance. Oh my gosh, they all dance, but they do like a different kind of dance. That's so cool. And what is the last one? The last one does like the fan dance. The last one doesn't really dance very much, but it also does Revelation Dance, which is its new exclusive move, or it seems to be exclusive, and it seems like a physical attacking move to me, and it does damage based on whatever type the move is whatever type that Oricorio is. So great Pokemon, I think. And also, it dances even more because its ability is called Dancer, and if someone else on the field uses a dancing move, for example, if someone uses Quiver Dance, then you're going to copy it and use Quiver Dance right there, and it won't even count as your turn. So you can use Quiver Dance, and then you can use like an attacking move on the same turn. Same thing with Swords Dance, or same thing with Teeter Dance, or whatever other dancing moves there are. So that's a really cool ability, although kind of not useful except for in special situations, but like kind of a niche ability, but still very cool ability. I really like the concept of it. And then we got Minior, a brand new Pokemon. So it's a rock type and flying type, which is interesting. I wouldn't really give this thing a flying type. I would think it would just have levitate, but apparently it's a flying type, so I guess it can fly all around and not just float. But that's a really cool typing. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't give this thing a flying type. I would give this thing like either pure rock or maybe rock. I don't know. I don't see this thing as being a flying type, but actually it makes sense because you'll see what happens a little bit. Its ability is shields down, which means when it gets below 50, or it's using this move. Is that, I don't know what that is. I think it's a new move. I'm not really sure. It seems to be a rock type move, so super effective against the ice type Vulpix. And Vulpix attacks, and and then it shields down its ability. So when it gets below 50%, it turns into this form of Minior, which is the first form of Minior is much more defensive, and once it gets below 50%, it turns into this, which is much more attacking. So they have different stats, and this one is much more focused on attacking. So it's kind of like Zen Darmanitan, except reversed. And I guess that thing looks more like a flying type. It actually kind of looks like a Luma from Super Mario Galaxy. And there's 4 different colors of it, so it's unknown. And this is called Minior's Core, I guess this form is called. There's 4 different colors of it, so I don't know if maybe that's also like Oricorio, depending on which island, but I don't think so. I don't think they would do that with 2 different Pokemon. Maybe it's just random, or maybe it's different each time, or I don't know what dictates these colors, but I like it. I think it's really cool. I like its eyes. They're pretty scary, and I think it should be a flying type, I guess, because it kind of looks like it's from space. So I guess if the flying type does make sense, I'll give it that. This is only 2 minutes of this trailer, guys. It's crazy. So much new stuff today. This is incredible. I wish I had my mic. Then we got Yungoose's evolution called Gumshoos, which is just a normal type, and this is the Donald Trump Pokemon. It is official. Whether you love him or hate him, this Pokemon has got the hair spot on. This Gumshoos, I think, is a pretty bad name for a Pokemon. It kind of just makes me think of Gumshoe from Phoenix Wright, and it kind of looks like Gumshoe, like the way he stands in his posture. I don't know. Looks more like Donald Trump, though. And he has like his hands behind his back, like it's all civilized, which is kind of weird, I think, for this like savage Pokemon. And I don't know, the Hyper Fang or something, Super Fang, I don't know. Then we got another new Pokemon called Fomantis. And by the way, didn't mean to play it. I don't know. I don't love Gumshoos. I feel like he doesn't have that much unique to him. I guess his ability is pretty cool, but I mean, it's just normal type. I don't know. I guess some people probably like him. I know Shofu likes him a lot. We got Fomantis here, brand new Pokemon with the ability Leaf Guard, and it's just a grass type. And then it evolves. We get both the Pokemon, it and its evolutions right away, into this thing, which reminds me of something, the shape of its head, but I don't know what. And it is called Lurantis. It is just a grass type, and it also has the ability Leaf Guard. This thing is clearly sort of based off of a praying mantis, so I don't really understand why this isn't bug and grass, but whatever. It also kind of reminds me of Kricketune a little bit. I don't know, a lot of people don't like Kricketune. I don't really dislike him. I think he's okay. I used one in a Nuzlocke, and he actually helped me out a lot, but I also used him in my RU team. But anyway, then he's attacking the Mudsdale with Razor Leaf, and then we got its evolution here, which is like more pink, and it's got a new move called Solar Blade, which is, it is like Solar Beam in that it takes a turn to charge up, and it seems to be a physical Solar Beam, and it doesn't seem to have anything else different. It's probably going to be the same power scheme, actually, just a physical version of Solar Beam, which is very cool, by the way, that he actually takes that and like, uses it as a blade. We do know that it takes 2 turns, although we technically don't know if it has the same power actually, but I would guess that it does. We got the pre-evolution of Mudsdale, so very interesting that we got Mudsdale first, and it's called Mudbray, and it has the abilities own tempo and stamina, same thing as Mudsdale. And this is a pretty cool Pokemon. It sounds like a sheep. It's a cry, but it's not a sheep. And I like this thing. Not much I have to say about it, though. Like, just it's a pre-evolution of Mudsdale. Yeah, this is bad, but this isn't the computer I use, so it's okay. Yeah, pretty cool Pokemon as far as, like, I don't know what else to say about it, really. I like the design. We're getting a ton of new Pokemon. We're getting so much new stuff today. How much new stuff is going to be in this game? And by the way, there was one leak that, I guess I shouldn't say the amount of Pokemon. There was one leak that said that there would only be about 9. I'll say it's fine because that leak seems to be deconfirmed. There was like 3 leaks that I covered. 2 of them now seem to be confirmed. One of them seems like it's not really true at all. And that leak said there's only going to be 90 new Pokemon, which is more than X and Y. But like, I think there's going to be more because like, look how much they're showing us already. Like, they're showing us so much, and there's still 4 months left. So yeah, and thankfully that is the leak that was not really confirmed at all in this trailer, so I don't think that leak's gonna be true. Then also, call on the services of Ride Pokemon. So this thing is called PokeRide, this new feature. It doesn't say that in the trailer, and you can see a Tauros riding through rocks. You can see a Mudsdale riding over this rocky surface. You can see a Sharpedo surfing. You can jump in the water and break through these rocks. You can see flying on a Charizard, and I think, Island Challenge, that's the next thing we're gonna talk about, but I think that this PokeRide is basically gonna be the replacement of HMs, because we already know that we can ride on Stoutland, Tauros, Lapras, Sharpedo, Mudsdale, Charizard, and one of the, I guess there was a leak that also supports this, but I'm not going to mention that. It doesn't say anything about HMs, but it says that more Pokemon can be, that a lot of Pokemon can be ridden. I guess that's not really a spoiler because we already know a lot of Pokemon can be ridden. So it's probably going to be a lot more Pokemon than this, and I think it's going to replace HM. So once you can ride on your Pokemon, you can probably just use that Pokemon to break the rocks, because we saw that happening. We can use Pokemon to ride over land, we can use the Pokemon to break rocks, we can use Pokemon to fly, we can use Pokemon to surf, and clearly the Lapras and the Torpedo thing is part of POKERIDE, it's not part of Surf. So I think that's going to be the replacement of HMs, which I really think is awesome. Hopefully they still have like Surf as like a TM or something, because there's like still a good attacking move and like other moves like that, like Fly and stuff. But replacement of HMs, I think, is a really good idea, because you're still using your Pokemon and like you're still using your Pokemon with on your adventure. It's just not a move that you can't delete, and you don't need an HM slave, which is really good. And it's actually like bonding with your Pokemon that you use in battle instead of using a dumb HM slave. So I think that is a really good idea. I mean, that's not confirmed. It could not be a replacement for HMs, but I think it will be, because we saw Smashing Rocks and stuff like that. Hopefully you can ride on your own Pokemon and not just random other Pokemon, but I think you'll be able to ride on your own Pokemon, I would guess. But it did say call on the services of ride Pokemon. So maybe it's like this like business called PokeRide that like lends you Pokemon to ride on. I really hope that's not the case. I hope you can ride your own Pokemon. I don't know. Anyway, we got, because like if it wasn't your own Pokemon, it would break the purpose of like bonding with your Pokemon. Anyway, because I mean it wasn't just an X and Y, but it wasn't really a big feature and it wasn't really expanded on very much. So hopefully they're expanding on it a lot in this game. Anyway, next we got the Island Challenge, which Hala has mentioned in the Treehouse Direct, or no, not the Treehouse live stream. Hala mentioned it in that. He said good luck to all. He basically said good luck to all of our participants, or everyone who was participating in the Island Challenge, which was supposed to be. It was definitely hinted at that it was the trainer and maybe How as well. Not sure. And the leaks have also mentioned it, but obviously I'm not going to talk about that yet. And the Island Challenge is your rite of passage. And Cuckoo says you'll travel to each of the 4 islands here in the Alola region. The Island Challenge is about aiming to be the strongest trainer. So I don't get how it's a rite of passage, because rite of passage usually everyone does when they come to a certain age. But if you're aiming to be the strongest trainer, clearly that's not something that everyone's going to do. I don't get how that's a rite of passage to like be accepted, to be the strongest, because if you're the strongest, you're better than everyone. Doesn't really make sense to me, but I like it. And let's keep watching and see what happens. The Island Challenge champion, woo! So I hope I become the Island Challenge champion. That'd be pretty awesome. Meet the trial captains. So we got trial captains, and oh man, this seems. Pokemon is changing up the formula. I've talked about it in leak videos, but Pokemon seems to be changing up the formula. This is something that was also talked about in leaks, so this confirms those leaks. There's Island Challenge, and it seems like it's going to replace, like I think this is going to replace gym leaders, because we haven't seen any gym leaders yet. Yet soon we're going to see some trial captains and stuff like that, and there's no gyms that are visible in this map. But anyway, we got the trial captains. So we got Mallow, who specializes in grass types. Welcome to the Lush Jungle, the trial grounds for me and Mallow. So they don't have gyms, they have trial grounds. And you need to do different things in each of these trials. So for her, you need to find 4 ingredients for her. I don't really get that. And then we got Lana, who's a water type specialist, and look at that vigorous splashing. I wouldn't be surprised to find a fearsome Pokemon as one that calls him and all. So I guess for her, you have to stop that fearsome splashing and see what's going on. And then we got Sophocles, which is an awesome name. Doesn't really seem to fit this guy's personality, but okay, and he's fine, whatever, let's get started. He doesn't, oh, he's kind of being obnoxious. He specializes in electric types. Right now, right here. You should say right here, right now. And then we got Kiawe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And he's a fire type trial captain. And he said, you will find that it is a bit different than the trials you have faced to this point. But you'll attempt it, right? And his trial will test your powers with observation. There will be a dance, and others need to see what's different about the 2 dances. I don't know. And then we got, so I'm assuming you're going to battle them, because it doesn't actually show you battle them, but they specialize in types, so you have to battle them, right? I'm assuming. Also, we only saw 4, but Cerebi said that there will be more than 4 trial captains. I don't know where they got that from, but I trust Cerebi, so I'm going to say that that's true. Anyway, we also got powerful totem Pokemon await at the end of each trial. Oh my gosh, I wish this was a good quality video. I wish my audio was fine, because this is so much news. This is incredible. Tell me in the comments below if you can still like bear to listen to this with the bad quality. I'm really sorry. Anyway, we got powerful totem Pokemon await at the end of each trial. And we got Gumshoos, totem Gumshoos. So I guess at the end of each trial, you're going to have to battle these totem Pokemon. And they're like the leader. And this was also mentioned in leaks, by the way, but obviously I'm not going to elaborate on those. We'll get to those in a later video. I want to talk about them. There's so much more stuff seems to be confirmed because of them, but I understand not all of you want to see the leaks. So only got Totem Gumshoe's Aura Flare to life. Its defense rose. So I guess each of these totem Pokemon are going to have these auras that's going to make them more powerful. In this case, his defense is higher. And he looks very cool, by the way. And we call and the totem Pokemon call in allies, and a Young Goose comes in. This is actually pretty cool, because the Young Goose is going to be using Lear. Oh, never mind, he's not. Maybe there was a Japanese trailer, I think, which I think I'm going to do another video on that because this video is going to be long enough, but it doesn't reveal that much new stuff. But the Young use Lear, and then the Gumshoes attack, which would be a good strategy because then the Gumshoes' attacks will do much more damage. But clear each island's trials and battle the Kahunas. So we already heard in Treehouse Direct, Hala hinted at that, or he said, well, we could infer that Hala was a Kahuna because he said like that Hal was the grandson of the Kahuna, and so it seemed like Hala was the Kahuna. And now it says there's multiple Kahunas, probably one of each island maybe, and yeah, one of each island, and Hala is one of them. So you're actually gonna get to battle Hala, which is pretty awesome. Old Hala here will be going all out. Let the grand trial begin. So that's pretty awesome. But he only has, as you'll see, he only has 3 Pokemon. So at first I was thinking maybe this would be sort of like an Elite Four thing, one of each island, and that would be like the Elite Four. But he only has 3 Pokemon. So I don't think you're going to do these all at the end. I think you're going to do all the trials on Melee Island, and then battle Hala. Then you'll go to another island, do all the trials on that island, and then battle that Kahuna. Because if you battled all the Kahunas at the end, and that was like the Elite Four, this would make no sense, because he only has 3 Pokemon. So I really hope that's not the case. But anyway, he's the Kahuna of Melee Island, so you get to battle Hala, which is awesome. Then we got a new way to attack. So we saw this in the previous trailer, the trainer using these stones to make these Pokemon powerful attacks, but we didn't really understand what it was, but they actually explained it a lot in this trailer. A new way to attack, they do this like cool dance thing, and then powers of the Pokemon. So these are called Z moves, which, what the heck, Pokemon? Why do you keep giving us stuff that makes it seem like this is going to be Pokemon Z? But it's not, this is a brand new Pokemon generation, yet you keep hinting at Pokemon Z, you keep using Z-related stuff, like the new Zygarde forms and this, and the Pokemon X, Y, and Z anime. Are we going to go back to Kalos? I think there's a decent chance we're going to go back to Kalos. I really hope we do. I really hope we go back to Kalos. That would be awesome. But of course we might not. But like I don't understand. Like why else would they be calling these Z power or Z moves and Z power? I hope we go back to Kalos because I don't want Zygarde to be shoehorned into this generation. Zygarde was part of the last generation. He got to be part of the Kalos. He's got to be part of Kalos' story. We got to go back to Kalos. I really want to go back to Kalos because there's so much awesome stuff I want to try out in this game. So many new features. So I hope the game's longer than normal and has 2 regions. That would be amazing. That would be perfect. So anyway, you got these Z moves that you can use once per battle, and then they surround themselves with Z power. And there's one. So how it works is there's one Z move per each type, and in order to use a Z move, you have to have that stone in your bracelet, and also that Pokemon needs to be holding the Z stone for that type. So like the Fire Z stone, that's not probably what we call it, but that's just an example. So if your Pikachu's holding like the Electric Z stone, and you have that in your bracelet, then you can once per battle you can use this power.